Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day. Please help me out right off the bat. Hit that thumbs up button because I am getting bombarded by I don't know if it's a bot storm of bots just coming in and leaving negative comments. And we're going to address some of that tonight because I've got some good statistics for you that when these people leave these comments, it's almost like they're pulling one day to have bought in silver or gold out of the hat, off the calendar, and say they lost money because they happen to buy at the absolute lowest point in history. And maybe there was a time, I won't deny that, because I went back and I checked some of these comments, but I'm just getting bombarded with negative comments. So please double down, help me out, hit that thumbs up button, and I'm going to show you guys some cool statistics, and I'm going to be opening up a package. We're going to talk a little bit about why gold and silver, in my personal opinion, is a good investment. I'm going to show you guys a chart, and you guys can make your own judgments, really, because, you know, I mean, it's comical how many negative comments someone can get. And I know it feels sometimes like the channel's under attack with these negative comments, but that's okay. It works for me. It gives me something to talk about. Right down to a comment that I had yesterday. What's stopping someone from, how do you know someone ain't going to rob you of your silver? Honestly, it could happen once I run out of ammo. Someone actually left that comment for me too under that video, and I found that kind of comical. So, okay, so real quick, before we start opening up the package, just take a look at this real quick. You know, because someone commented that I specifically targeted the S&P 500 to compare gold to, and that was unfair because S&P is not really the fair fix. And I said, okay. So I ended up digging this up right here. Take a look. Gold. If you had put $100,000 in gold, it would have became 631,000. That's from 99 to 22. We're not even counting that 23 was phenomenal because it stopped at 1830. Technically, gold ended 23 less than a month ago at 2060. So it even went higher. So 6 times, a little over 6 times your money, really. Take a look at the S&P, which we have shown before, going from 1,400 to 38. You're talking 161%. Your 100,000 would have only became 261,000. I wouldn't complain about that, but it's not 631. It's not 531%. And if you want to be a little more specific, we'll take Dow Jones, since that was how I got called out on one comment. If you put 11,497, it would be up to 33,147 in that same time period, which is 188%, which is still good, but not gold good. Now, I know some people make these comments and they're like, oh, but, what if you bought during 2011 or 2080 when, you know, everything was rigged and the Hunt brothers were driving the price of silver up. And you know what? Here's really, I've done videos on this. I'm not even entirely convinced the whole Hunt brothers story. I'm convinced that the Hunt brothers were the fall guys for what happened. But what I'm really convinced of is we had a lot of inflation in the 70s, and to offset that inflation, they raised interest rates, but gold and silver really skyrocketed. And they didn't want people to know that, let's see real quick, check. Wow, not bad. 25 ounces here. And at a good price. So this package is from Universal Coin and Bullion. I do put their information below. This was a sale that they ran. If you subscribe to their email, this was a sale that they ran not too long ago where they were basically blowing out all their leftover stuff for last year. They sent out an email to people on, I think it was the 8th or the 9th, and they were blowing them out at $25 a piece. Now, I know someone might say, oh, well, that's $2 over spot. But the truth of the matter is it was only $1 over spot when this got placed. It did come down 70 cents, but I ain't stressing it. And for the one person out there that said, your stack really ain't that impressive, there ain't even $500 there. Well, there's $625 that we just got in. So maybe, you know, I really do get a kick out of a lot of these comments, because a lot of these people just really don't understand precious metals, and it's too bad. I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those people at one time, and when silver could have been bought in for $5 an ounce, I was in the Middle East, in the military, and pull back just a little bit more. I was in the military in the Middle East, and somebody tried educating me, and instead of listening to him, I took the attitude I would rather put my money in the dot-com bubble. And yes, the dot-com bubble did good for me, but on the flip side, silver and gold would have done a lot better, as we just seen, because ironically, I was in the Middle East in 99, 2000, which means I was right when that chart was actually started, when that was formed up like that. So, you know, it's something to think about. And I feel bad. To this day, I really do feel bad that I gave that kid a hard time. Luckily, he knew that I was naive. Just like I know that a lot of people that leave those negative comments are naive also. They don't follow metals. They don't understand precious metals. They think that if you buy precious metals, you essentially aren't prepared in other areas, like you can only be prepared in one thing. I'm not big on just metals. I have other things. I have a diverse portfolio. And on top of that, I have prep items. I have security items. And when the time comes, and I believe it will come, unfortunately. Oh, that one wasn't in plastic. Oh, it slipped out. So get a little closer to that one after. That when the time comes, I don't want to have to trade an ounce of silver for a little bit of rice or whatever the case may be. We're going to kind of close in a little bit more now. When the time comes, I don't want to have to trade it. I really don't. You know, yes, I can. I could take one of these ounces of silver. I don't care what's on it. If Donald Trump's on it, great. If there's a snowman on it, that's cool too. If there's a Christmas tree, it doesn't matter. If there's something that associates with the United States, and at some point in time the United States falls, or maybe we have some joint, we join, I don't know, Canada and Mexico as one big country after a full regime change, who knows? But the truth of the matter is, the silver is still going to have value. The paper money may not. And once people realize that, they're going to be quick to want to put their money into precious metals. Now, at that point, I'm convinced a lot of people will have already missed the boat. They're just going to have been too late. They wanted to crack jokes and stuff, and that's it. You know, but right now I'm just doing a quick inventory to make sure that I do have the 25 that was said. I'll show you guys too what they look like. But really, I want people to understand that, you know, I want them to see what I see when it comes to precious metals. That, you know, precious metals really do a good job holding their value. Despite what people will, I think I got those two mixed up somehow. Let's see. That's going to go there. And then there should be 5 of these. So, I'm not really a big fan, I'll be honest. I'm not a big fan of the Christmas rounds. But I'm a big fan of $25 silver. Because I believe we're going to see another big jump. And when we see that jump, everybody's going to realize, wow. And here's the thing. Everybody's going to want their silver at $25 an ounce down the road. Now, I'll be honest. Am I slowing down a little bit because I think we could see some sort of a drop? Yeah, I've slowed down just a little bit. A lot of that has to do, too, with precious metals came down a little bit more. They came down another 70 cents. So, obviously, what was a good deal before obviously is not as good of a deal now. If the price goes down, then you want a little better, but that's all right. I'm in it for the long haul, which means the price variation, the price volatility, it doesn't matter to me. If the price goes down a little bit, that's okay. Price goes up a little bit, that's okay. I'm not selling, so I'm not making money. I'm not losing money. If the price goes up to $30 an ounce tomorrow, I didn't really make anything because I'm still sitting on the same amount of ounces that I was. Trump doing a great job tonight in the Iowa caucuses. Anybody that watched that, I actually watched his speech a few minutes ago that he gave. And then everybody has seen these bars. Unfortunately, one of them slid out. I'm going to try to put it back in there, even though I hate when I touch them. I like them to stay sealed up. I really like them when they come in the nice square capsules like that, but I'm thinking about opening those and putting the flag bars in there, because those ones over there aren't as worthy, in my opinion, of a capsule as a flag bar. The flag bars are just really cool. So a lot of people love these flag bars. And here's the thing. When everybody starts getting scared and they say, man, I should have bought in precious metals, the price is going up faster and faster, everybody's going to flock into it, in my opinion. Now, here's the thing. They're not going to let it skyrocket up all at once. They're losing control of it. Anybody that doesn't realize that is not being honest with themselves. If they could keep the price manipulated down with no problems, we'd still have $5 silver. But it gets harder and harder, and eventually they have to let it go. And they're willing to let it go because what they do is they let it go higher than it should be. They even probably push it up higher as they sell their inventory. And then what happens is then they destroy it and they bring it back down. But here's the thing. That overshoot in price, like we've seen in 2011 when it was up to $50, think about that. If you bought an ounce of silver at $50 and all of a sudden the price came down to $30, you'd be complaining. You would be very unhappy. And they do that because that's how they make people upset about it. And the next run, which will be soon, I believe, is going to shoot silver all the way up over $100. And then it will probably come back down to $75 or something. That's assuming they can keep everything in play the way it's playing out. If they lose control of everything, then that's bad, because if the dollar collapses, silver could go astronomical because the fiat paper that you buy it in could be worthless. So that's why I like gold and silver. That's why I buy it. I'm not just into silver. I like gold too. So they're both good. But I urge people to do a little homework, look it up, and I thank everybody for watching. If you made it this far, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think about precious metals. If you have something negative to say and you're a legit person, leave a comment that kind of backs up your thought process. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.